Hi guys, Johnny Good here for Real Home Studio. Today, taking a look at how to arrange a Christmas style track to sell as a piece of stock music. And just before we dive straight in, I want to remind you guys, please to like and subscribe. If you've got something to say, please do drop it in the comments box below. Okay, so I dropped a video about this track actually a few weeks ago, talking more about the plugins actually that I used and how sparse actually the mix was with regards to plugins. Only 4 plugins used to mix this track, but I ended up talking a lot more about the instrument VSTs that I used on the track. And EvlPlms dropped me a comment and said, "Sounds nice. Now the only problem to solve is how to make up such a Christmas melody and arrangement." And I really wanted to address that in this video today, as I say, because it was quite plugin centric, and I just want to show you guys how simple actually this arrangement is. Not only when it came to obviously when it came to mixing, that was a really simple experience too, but the arrangement itself is so simple. And this is a product which has sold licenses through the festive period, and I think earlier in the year as well. So it's a piece of music which is sold. It's making me money. It's very, very simple. If it make me money, it absolutely can make you guys money too. Okay, so let's just dive straight in and take a look at these pizzicato strings, which really form the fundamental of the whole track. So if I just highlight these out for you and let you take a listen. Now this whole part of this section, which let's call it the verse, is really just 4 chords. So it's just C, A, F and G, or C, A minor, F and G. So really, really straightforward and well trusted and well trodden chord pattern. And if we just take a look at the MIDI itself, the pizzicato strings at the moment just doing 2 things. We've got the bass. If you get that dum 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 dum, so we've got let me take it lower. So we've got alternating bass on the C, A, F, and the G. So if you play piano or guitar, you're familiar with alternating bass. But just to be clear, so we've got C, G, C, G. We've got A, E, F, C, G, D, G, D, right? And that's forming our bass. That's a bass guitar we're doing in a pop song. The nice thing with intimate strings, this plugin, is it sounds really nice throughout the whole spectrum, you know, right up here when we get a lot higher too, and a lot of the low stuff too. So it's a really nice, easy plugin to work with to make quick arrangements like this. Now the other thing that's going on is this nice little melody line over the top. And again, guys, this is really, really simple. I remember seeing a thing with Paul McCartney really recently where he was talking about teaching piano and just talking about, you know, making those 1st, 3rd and 5th chords, the C, E and G, and just teaching kids just to get straight in there and learn running up the C scale, you know. And that's all I'm doing actually with this melody. I'm just running C, D, E, G, and then back down again. C, D, E, G, E, D, C. So really easy stuff. I'm really just running up that C major scale, running back down again, and just playing around with it as the melody changes slightly. And at that point there, you can see that the bass and the lead line are just coming together to just accent that little section. Now in the second part, because we want to carry on telling that story, don't want to stay there too long, particularly with stock music. I always think of it a bit like 80s pop music. You really want to get into that chorus quickly and hook people's ears in. So with stock music, you're always wanting to get that sense of progression. So something else happens, and all it is I'm just bringing in triad chords. Again, so it's just C, A minor, F and G, and it's just coming in, working with the alternating bass. So then essentially, right? It's a bit tricky to play because I got my T in the way. But you get the idea. It's very, very standard kind of umpar moving bass, alternating bass with those chords. And it works really well with the melody over the top. Okay. So that's essentially it, guys. That's where the whole bones melody of this track really was formed. From then on in, it's pretty easy going. So rhythmically, we just put in some sleigh bells, just on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put them in, quantize them, copy and paste. And the other thing that we've got going on here is some bells. It's exactly the same melody line, it's just a copy and paste. All I've done here is I would have copied and pasted it and found the octave where it sounded and sat right. So it may well have come in a bit low on with the pizzicato strings, and that's quite easy to do in Studio One. And most other DAWs, you can just highlight them and drag them up and down on the piano roll to get them where they sit. And then once you've got them together, it's bells and pizzicato, right? You can't go wrong at Christmas time. Sounds really nice, already sounds really nice, and this is so simple to do. As I said at the start of the video, if I can do this, you guys can do it too, and make yourself some money. So, the track progresses. We've got a new melody line here. We call this the chorus or the break. And again, it's just a different melody, just to break up from the first melody. There's two different melodies in this, so you could think of this as the chorus if you like. You can just think of it as a break. I tend to think of it just as a verse and a chorus. So this would technically be our chorus. Now it sounds fine there, but I just want to again bring in a few new accents into this piece of music so it feels like we're getting a sense of progression. So we just bring in some long strings, as they're called in originals. Simply just playing chord triads again. That's it. You'll notice below I've got some more intimate strings. I think this is like staccato strings. Copy and paste again. Just fits with these pizzicatos. Little bit of extra accent on these long strings here. Let's just have a listen to that, just to pull it out a little bit. Nice. And just to accent that a little bit more, I brought in some trumpet as well. Just here, some festive trumpet. Let's have a listen to that. Really like that, and it just gives it a little bit of texture and light and shade, and then it allows us to drop back down again into our verse. Let's just take a listen. Same thing as before, but we've got some extra bells in this time again, giving sense of progression. It's just a little bit more than the start of the song. Back into our chorus. Now we've got drums. Lovely, nice rolling snare. And one other thing I can bring in is a choir. All courtesy of Spitfire Labs. Sounds great. Just bringing that little bit more to the track. Sounding a bit more climactic. Then we're sort of reprising back to the intro. Got a bit of harp. And then our ending. So our ending is literally just a copy and paste of that phrase. Same again, just adding in some short strings. And on the last one, adding in the trumpet and just building that up so it's got a sense of crescendo to the end of it. The only other thing I haven't mentioned is some of the transitions. So you'll have noticed there's some harp transitions. which is just gliding up strings to get that really nice transition from one piece of music to the next. So it's going from verse to chorus, right? And along with that, there's some cymbals as well, some orchestral cymbal crashes. And that's it, guys. That's the arrangement. And as I said, when in the previous video, when it came to mixing, this one has pretty much mixed itself. Very little was left to do, really. I was happy with it. It sounds nice. And as I said, the proof was in the pudding. This track has gone on and made me money. I'm going to say it for the third time. It's made me money. Tracks like this can make you money, guys, too, if you sign up to stock music libraries and get involved and get your music selling online. It's really, you know, it's not too difficult at all to put a piece of music together like this. As I say, it's very simple chord progressions. It's just using C, A minor, F and G, just rearranging that a little bit just to spice it up a bit for the choruses. But there you go. That's a really effective way of putting together a seasonal track to make you money. Hope you found that really interesting. I want to do some more videos on this, certainly for next year. It's New Year's Eve, so from tomorrow. Yeah, and certainly we'll be talking a lot about my successes with stock music as I carry on through 2022. Again, hope you found that useful. If you did, please remember, guys, to like and subscribe. Most importantly, have yourselves a great day.